What's going on, guys? Apathettic here with all your tips, recommendations, and everything in between. And today, I wanted to really get into two things. One, I want to talk about, as you're seeing in the gameplay here, Hard Light. Took this bad boy into Rumble, and if you couldn't guess from the title of the video, I think this thing, specifically for Rumble, is a beast. And the second thing I really want to get into as well is primaries and their current status in the Crucible. So that's what we're going to break down today. Let's get into it. Getting into Hard Light, guys, if you guys hadn't heard by now, Hard Light received somewhat of a buff not too long ago where the amount of shaking on screen when you're shooting this weapon had been significantly reduced. So if you guys hadn't used it before, when you would shoot this weapon, it was almost impossible to aim because it just shook so much. Fast forward to now this thing, you can be deadly accurate and just melt people. I was actually very surprised with how fast this weapon could kill in the Crucible. But the thing that I actually use it for is to go against your people using your spare rations, your any other hand cannon. This is my answer to them in Rumble. The reason is because the amount of flinch this thing generates, and the reason I know that is because I experienced it myself. I was playing against someone in Rumble and they were using Hard Light, and I just couldn't land my shots as well as I could using my hand cannon because I realized their Hard Light was making me flinch so much. So I was like, damn, you know what, I'm gonna adopt that. I took this bad boy, took it in a Rumble, and as you can see in some of the gameplay, I'm completely throwing off people's shots. I'm making a miss, not because I got some crazy strafe, but just from the flinch that's being caused by Hard Light. It's also great for snipers, even though with how aim assist is on snipers right now, they're still gonna get some headshots on you because that's just how it is right now. You're gonna find that people are gonna have a much harder time competing with you. The time to kill on it isn't crazy fast, but it's still pretty good. And overall, I was very impressed with this weapon specifically in Rumble, and it's great in Rumble because you're gonna have a lot more of those one-on-one battles. I don't know if I'd recommend Hard Light for comp or any sixes playlist or anything like that where it's a little bit more chaotic and you need to kill a lot faster, but in scenarios where you're getting a lot more 1v1s like Rumble, it's gonna be killer. I absolutely love this weapon. I would pair it with a shotgun just so you can counter some of those shotgun apes, because you may find that some people are going to still be able to close the gap on you because the time to kill on this weapon isn't quite as fast as it probably could be. Which brings me into my next topic, and that's primaries in the Crucible, and it ties specifically into special weapons. So a lot of talk in the community right now on kind of the dominance of special weapons. So your Lord of Wolves, Erentil, Mindbenders, all these weapons are so strong, and I think the community's kind of, through just observing and testing things, has observed that these weapons are strong, yes, but it's not so much that they're crazy strong, it's just that there's nothing that's keeping these special ammo weapons in their lane. And what I mean by in their lane is, when I think of a special weapon, it's specialized. It's supposed to be used in special or specific scenarios. So a sniper, I should be using that longer range. Shotgun, obviously closer range. Fusion, I don't know, a closer range, I guess, but it does, as you can see there, everything. So fusions, I'm sure they're gonna get changed a little bit, but not to get too far off, is special ammo right now, you can basically use special and not have to use your primary. And this is something, while capturing this footage for Hard Light, I experienced. I would be using Hard Light trying to capture footage, and I would literally run into people who never used their primary. And you know what, that's cool. Like, they're just playing the game. Like, I don't have a problem with the player. I blame more the sandbox and the fact that they can do that, the fact that I don't have something that can kill a player fast enough to deter them from killing me or rushing me with a shotgun because I can't kill them fast enough. And that's what brings me back to primaries. Primaries, from every video I've seen lately from other content creators, seems like there's somewhat of a consensus around primaries and the fact that they need to be buffed. I really am interested to hear what you guys think in the comments down below on if you think primaries should be buffed. Do you think special should be nerfed? I've heard people say special ammo economy should be nerfed. So lots of different fixes throwing around, but for me, I don't think the fix is the ammo economy. I think special ammo is fine. Even with scavengers, I don't think it's quite that bad. Again, I go back to, there's nothing keeping special weapons in their lane. If you can increase the damage on some of these primaries by just a little bit, that would make a huge difference. Aztec Cross just did a great video. I'll try to link it down below for you guys, of him breaking down what the values for primaries in D1 were and primary values in D2 are. And it basically came down to there's a lot less forgiveness. You have to land a lot more crits. And overall, like some of the weapons, the crit time to kill when you land headshots is similar, but the body shot is way up. And I think that's where the buff could take place. Not only create more diversity in our loadouts, but again, keep these special weapons in their lane. I should be only pulling my shotgun out because when I'm in a closer scenario versus just trying to ape someone. Like the aping thing shouldn't even be a term, but it is because of the weakness of primaries. So I think if we could buff the damage on primaries, it would solve a ton of problems. It doesn't need to be like a crazy fast time to kill, but just slight guys, just enough to deter people who are using shotguns and some of these other closer range weapons, even snipers, from hard scoping or aping. We need something to keep these things in their lane. And I think also it'll make the engagements more rewarding, because there's so many engagements right now where people just get out of engagements that they shouldn't be able to. And it's because that time to kill on body shots specifically is so high. And so that makes engagements last longer. People can get away and get away with things they shouldn't. And again, allows these special weapons to run free, which is what you're seeing right now. And so I think there are some special weapons that do need a direct nerf. I'm thinking Lord and Wolves, I'm thinking Aaron, which I'm sure will be addressed. But I think by and large, primaries also need a buff, or we're not going to see the sandbox that we're looking for. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, let me know in the comments down below what you think on the state of primaries. Do you think they should be buffed, or do you think the changes should only happen to special and you feel like primaries are in a good spot right now? Thanks so much for watching, guys. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe as the free way to support me, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.
Moments of clarity are weapons, Warlock. "3 minutes left. You're in the lead."